Hey you guys, thank you for tuning in to another video with the Fat Gay. My name's Isaac. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of my New Year's resolutions, how they differ from last year, and I also have a PSA for some of my current fitness friends in preparation for the influx of people coming in starting January 1st. Alright, now to get us started, I really just want to take a moment and say that I am definitely one of those people that get really excited around the holiday season and then again around New Year. So, guys, another year has come and gone. We are now rocking into 2020, which is the end of a decade, and it's extremely exciting and it can be really motivational for a lot of us. Now, do I feel that sometimes people put way too much pressure on themselves to meet certain goals for the new year? Absolutely. Do I think that that energy burst that they get through the new year and through January 1st is going to be enough to fuel them throughout the year? Probably not. So this year, I want to take a little bit of a different approach in the way that I decide to line up my New Year's resolutions. And I kind of want to also talk about being compassionate to people that are starting a new journey, myself included, and being a little bit more understanding as we get a really large group of people that are probably going to be starting as of January 1st. My first New Year's resolution for the year 2020 is going to be health. Now, I know that this is probably something you're like, oh, the Fat Gay wants to focus on health. Yeah, stupid. I know, I'm stupid. But I want to look at it a little differently. Every year it's been lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. And guess what? Lose weight. Sometimes I would even specify lose 60 pounds, lose 75, lose 50, gordito, lose 5. Okay, I was always putting pressure on the weight loss aspect of my health and my fitness journey. But I never really took the time to talk about and think to myself at least, what does that mean? What does it mean for me to lose weight? As opposed to me focusing on, hey Isaac, get healthier. Focus on your body, focus on things that you can do to prolong your life and to make the life that you're living more comfortable. And that's something that I'm really excited about and something I'm really gonna focus on this year. And something that I feel is extremely different than what I focused on in years prior. Now, when I talk about health, I also want to point out the fact that it's not just physical health. It isn't just about going to the gym and being conscious of what we're eating. A lot of it has to do with our mental health as well. And this is something that I've talked about in previous videos, but it is extremely important for us not to lose sight the importance of our mental health. And I'm not talking about binge watching Netflix like I've talked about in the past, but getting talk therapy if it's something that's helpful for you, which I highly suggest because it really has been a game changer. Being honest with yourself about things you want to do and things you need to do. We may not want to go to the gym and eat healthy, but we really need to go to the gym and eat healthy. And that, look, I just dropped this toy. Are you gonna get it? No? Okay. And that's a really hard thing for us to come to terms with because everybody knows the things that we need to do, but we may not necessarily want to do them. And that's something that I really, really want to focus on this year, is understanding the difference between the two of them and not allowing myself to get caught up in want versus need. What do I need to do to be healthy, especially when it comes to my mental health? Number 2, saying yes, but also saying no. Now, I know that sounds like a little bit of a contradiction, but I want to clarify what I mean when I say saying yes and saying no. So, I have a tendency of letting my anxiety about certain things in my life dictate what I do and what I don't do, what I venture off in trying something new, and saying, you might be a little too gordito to enjoy that, or you don't have anything to wear, like what are people gonna say when they see you? These are things that I think about on a regular basis, and I think that it's important for me to kind of come to terms with the fact that I need to push outside of my comfort zone and just live and do things. I have allowed my weight and my discomfort with my body, which is something that I'm actively working on, to dictate how I live my life. And I think what's important is that, yes, even though I'm on a fitness journey, I'm starting to come to terms with the fact that I don't need to look a certain way to enjoy my life. Now, am I saying that it's not important for me to get healthy and focus on my body? No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I don't need to allow my weight to be a barrier for me to live and do things that I want to do. Now, when I say saying no, people who know me know that I have a tendency to agree to do things or agree to go places that not my anxiety is preventing me from doing, but that I legitimately don't want to do. I'm an extremely helpful person, and I take pride in the fact that I like helping people, but at the same time, sometimes it is to my detriment. Now, I'm not only talking about helping people, I'm also talking about participating in activities that I don't want to do or that don't interest me. It's important that I start focusing on what it is that I want to do, and if I don't want to do something, not being afraid to hurt someone's feelings and say no, because why do you want someone to go do something with you if you don't want to do it? So if you don't want to do something and it's not really in line with what you want, then say no. If someone's trying to convince you to skip a gym session to go to the ice cream shop and you really have no interest in doing it, don't do that to appease them. Do something that's going to be better for you. Sometimes we have to be a little selfish, and it's okay for us to be selfish. Number 3. Now, this may not be something that I've actively talked about on my channel before, but anybody who knows me personally knows that this is a really big part of my life, and that is writing. Writing has always been an extremely large passion of mine. I've started writing a few books. I've lost the interest in writing those books, and then I've abandoned the projects. So I have a lot of incomplete things that I have. However, as of a couple of days ago, I decided to write something. It's going to be a project of mine. I'm going to call it my passion project for right now. That is going to coincide with the content that I'm writing on this channel, or that I'm putting on this channel, and with the journey that I'm on currently. So it's something a little bit different. It's more of a non-fiction journal type thing. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I haven't really gotten that far. I just know that it's something that I'm really excited about, and that it's something that I really want to jump into and really work on. So one of my goals this year is to stay consistent. I'm not going to put a word count, because I've done that previously. It's like, oh, you must write 1,000 words a day, or whatever the case may be. I don't want my resolutions to be something that confine and trap me, more so that there's things that are saying, hey, Isaac, this is important to you, and I want to focus on those things. And I think that that's something that a mistake that a lot of us make, is that we get so hung up on the details of what specific outcome we want that we don't focus on the journey to get there and why it is that we're deciding to do that project or do that item or make that a resolution of ours. My 4th thing that I want to talk about is remembering my why. And this is something that I have really gotten passionate about recently. A lot of my friends, actually almost all of my friends, are entrepreneurs in some way. And a lot of them had come to me and been like, Isaac, you know, help me with my business models, or help me figure out what it is that what direction I want my business to go in. And not necessarily because I'm some type of entrepreneur guru, because in reality, this channel is really my first venture off into doing something, and I'm not making any money off this channel as of right now. Am I open to it? Absolutely. But is that why I'm doing it? No. But this is something that I treat as a business. I'm trying to stay consistent, I'm trying to be honest, and I'm really trying to make sure that what I'm putting out is quality content. Now, a lot of my friends come to me because I'm kind of like a wordsmith in my group. Putting words together and helping people identify their vision and writing them down is kind of something that I enjoy. So something that I've been doing with them a lot is saying, okay, well, why are you in the industry that you're in? Why are you venturing off into this business? And I've kind of thought, man, Isaac, have you done that for yourself? Have you asked yourself, why are you on this journey that you're on? Why are you currently creating content? These are all things that, I kind of taken a step back and I realized that I haven't had those conversations until I started doing this channel and having my Instagram and, you know, really being consistent, because my why is that I want to be comfortable. I want to feel good in my body, whether it's physically or emotionally, because I'm not saying that you can't be overweight and be happy. And that's something that I really haven't talked about, and it is a subject that I've kind of tiptoed around on this channel because I do have really strong opinions about some of the movements that are currently happening right now, and in a lot of ways I am for them. And I'm not gonna talk about it right now because I'm not ready to have that conversation, but when I am, I'll have it here. So just be patient, I'll get there, I promise. It's just not something that I want to do right now. The last one I want to talk about, and my 5th resolution, now I have a few more, but these are the big ones that I really wanted to include in this video. It's hard for me because, as I've mentioned previously, I am a very helpful person. I am an extremely loving person. And I'm not saying that to gas myself up. I really do take pride in the relationships that I have with people, whether it is in person, whether it's the relationships that I'm cultivating online. But I have come to a point where I realize that I am doing something to better my life. And for a long time, I have put things on the back burner for myself that have really hurt me in order for me to be able to fit into other people's lives. And I say this with love, and I hope that it doesn't come off bad or rude, because that's really not my intention. But this year, for 2020, and it's something I started this year, is that I'm gonna really work on not keeping people that are toxic in my life. And when I say toxic, I'm not necessarily saying that they are bad people, because there are definitely people that I have distanced myself from this year that I love so much. And if they called me tomorrow and said they needed me, I would probably be there for them. I would be there for them. But I've realized that that relationship wasn't conducive to the type of life that I was trying to establish, and that was a really hard decision for me to make. So when I say that I'm trying to keep toxicity out of my life, I'm meaning that in all avenues. If someone is going to try to bring me down, or is, you know, not in a place where we're vibrating on the same frequency, then I have to do what's best for me and take a step back and be like, hey, listen, I love you, I'm here for you, but I can't do something that is now going to sacrifice my own well-being. And my grandmother used to always tell me when I was younger, dime con quien tú andas y te diré quién eres. And I hope I didn't butcher that, but basically it is, tell me who you hang out with and I'll tell you who you are. And it's a common phrase in English also. It's like, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. I mean, I think it's really just like a life lesson, and it's something that I never really understood until I became an adult and I saw how much the people you surround yourself does impact you, and that's something that I really want to focus on this year. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, and this is not a resolution, my resolutions are done, I promise. The last thing that I really want to talk about is kind of a PSA, not to the new people joining the gym in January 2020. For those of you, I'm so excited, I'm rooting for you. If there's anything that I can do to help you on that journey, please reach out to me and I'll do my very best to offer you support. This message is for my fitness people. We know that in the year 2020, especially in January, it's the New Year's craze, the gyms are gonna be crowded, your classes are gonna be hard to register for. There are gonna be on machines that don't know what they're doing. I want you to take a step back and understand that if you sit here and you criticize those people for trying to make a change, regardless of whether or not they're successful, okay? Because that's something that people are like, oh, well, they're not gonna be here in a month anyway. Yeah, but they're trying today. And that's the difference, is that someone is trying to do something to better their life. And if you are truly a fitness connoisseur, or whatever you want to call it, or somebody who's really a proponent for people being healthy, and you sit here and you condemn people, or you make fun of them or judge them for trying to make a change, then you are the problem in society, part of the problem in those people's lives also. Now granted, is there an accountability factor that they need to take? Absolutely. But I can't tell you how many times there have been fitness gurus that I followed on social media, whether it's Snapchat or Twitter or Instagram, and I see them uploading videos of people doing things incorrectly on a machine or are doing workouts incorrectly. Is it funny sometimes when people are doing some wild things? Maybe a little bit. Instead of sitting there and making fun of them and posting a video because you're so fit and you're so perfect, why don't you take 2 minutes out of your life and go show them how to do it correctly? Those are the things that make people comfortable enough to come to the gym and feel safe. And it's one of the reasons why I do go to Orange Theory, because I know that I have people there that are rooting for me, and I have coaches that are there to help me, and I don't have to worry about somebody pulling out their phone and recording me. It just happened recently. I was watching an Obese to Beast video, and someone, I don't remember her name. Luca, get down. Okay. You've been really loud today. Go. Found my phone. Hold on. So the person that I was talking about, her name is Nancy Gonzalez. I think that her Instagram tag is Nancy's_journey. I'll put her link in the description box because I do follow her and I think that she's great and I love the content that she puts out there. Well, somebody recorded her at a gym recently and uploaded it, and I think that individual actually got kicked out of the gym ultimately. I was watching the video that John put up from Obese to Beast, and I was so mad because I've seen it happen, and I'm like, you sit here and you talk about, you know, people trying to make a difference, and, you know, fat people are lazy and they're not trying, and then you condemn them for it. It's ironic and it's stupid, and I am not here for it. So if that's something that you believe in or that you think is funny, then you can go ahead and remove yourself from any channel that I'm on, because you and I were probably not gonna vibe well. Alright, you guys, that's it for today. I really hope that all of you are having a great holiday season and that you are staying safe. Please, you know, be careful if you're drinking, don't drive, take an Uber. I talked about this in the past. You know, my dad used to always tell me, es mejor perder un minuto de tu vida en vez de perder tu vida en un minuto, which is basically saying, hey, it's better to lose a minute of your life than to lose your life in 1 minute. So that's something that I really hold close to my heart, and that I have always just thought about whenever I'm making an impulsive decision, especially if I'm rushing to do something. So be safe, take care of yourself, have a good time, write those resolutions, put those dream boards and vision boards together, and don't lose motivation. Remember your why are you doing this, and remember that things can and will happen. Are they hard? Absolutely. Does it mean that it's impossible? No, it doesn't. If you like content like this and would like to see more in the future, please hit the subscribe button on the box below. If you have ideas of content that you would like to see or content that you would like me to put out, also leave that in the comment section. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them on there. I do my best to answer to everybody who writes me, whether it's a DM on Instagram or a comment on my YouTube videos. I'm so excited to be doing this, and that I started in 2019 and taking it into 2020. Let's have a great year. Let's rock it out, and I will see you in my next video. Have a good one.